So now it's time to take all the parts off of the subframe. Technically, I'm going to take the subframe off of all the parts, move the subframe out of the way, and drop that new one. So the rear diff is going to stay in place, the control arms will stay in place, for the lower control arms, the rotors and the hubs, half shafts and so on. So unbolt, lift the old subframe off, drop the new subframe in, and put it back together. Now comes the muscle work. So this is the left side, driver's side. I've taken out the bolts, 16 millimeter nut and bolt head on this side, 19 millimeter here, back here. So I've already flipped up the other side. So this rear upper control arm, we're gonna just rotate it up out of the way. And the front one, we're just gonna push it down. A little persuasion, maybe? Maybe give it a little persuasion. There we go. I've already done the other side. So the lower control arms on each side, we have one long bolt that goes through the whole length, each side. See it down there? And then there's two attachments for the sway bar here, and you can see it there. And then there's two attachments for the differential here and here. Coming from the other side actually is where the bolt comes through. And really it's that simple. All right, so back to the wrench. So I have the right side control arm bolts removed. Left side, so 20 millimeter nut. Use the breaker bar to crack it loose. I've already cracked it loose. Then I'll switch to the ratchet to take that one off. So this is the left front lower control arm. There's actually two bolts. I said one earlier, but it's two. This one is a little tougher. The nut is actually welded to a piece of metal that hooks in, so I don't need a wrench. I just need this side. I believe it's a 16 millimeter. And then use a drift pin to punch it out. So, a little bit of force on that, and I'll get that out, and then we'll do 2 bolts for the differential. It's a simple matter to get the differential bolts out. I've already got the passenger side, the right side out. Here's the one on the left, and it's just a 19 millimeter socket, front and back. And then push it through it. You don't even have to use a drift pin. And in the ongoing travails of putting in the new rear carrier, the new rear subframe assembly, this hole and mounting for the lower control arm is different. So this is the new one, or the replacement one I bought, and this is the one off of the M5. So you see this is much sturdier, the hole is much bigger, it's not compatible. So I'm going to have to go and find somebody that can weld that broken bracket onto that bracket. And hopefully they're good enough so they don't fry the bushing inside. And there we go.